this time in history?
I mean, I don't think it's the only perspective I've ever had on it, because this is the time that I'm alive. So I mean, I don't know that it changes much. I think, you know, obviously there's loads of new ways you can date people now, meet people, but I think the essential ingredients remain the same.
Exactly, technology in 2013. How does that change things? Does it?
Well, for me, very little, because I barely use any of it. So like, I don't. No, for me it doesn't. But I'm sure it's probably just easier to meet people now. It's a smaller world. That can't be a bad thing, I guess.
Have you ever been in that friend zone before?
Oh, certainly, absolutely. I think every man has at some stage, and it's, you know, in equal parts frustrating and delightful, and it's yeah. I mean, it's definitely that kind of cyclical thinking that it's more frustrating than anything else ultimately, I think. But fortunately, I think ultimately you just have to have the conversation and be like, what's going on here? Because otherwise it'll just roll around in your head.
Why should people see the F word?
People should see the F word because it's really, really funny, and I think it's that rarest of things. It's like a genuinely happy movie. It will make you happy without becoming sentimental or emotionally manipulative. I think people are starting to see me as an actor who came out of the Harry Potter series rather than just Harry Potter, which is, you know, it's a process and it's not an immediate thing, but I think if I just carry on, hopefully we'll get there. That's the joy of having the 3 films at the festival here, is that they are all so different, and I just, yeah, I'm glad people are getting a chance to see more of, I think, what I can do.
Can you tell us about comic timing?
Yes, it's a hard thing to nail. It goes down to the minutia. Many times you find it in the editing, many times it's in the frame. And with this film, I tried to do it as much in frame and let the actors sort of breathe and let it happen in the camera. So it's a tough thing to get, but I think we got it on this film.
How does romantic tension and romantic chemistry happen? Is it something that just happens between the actors? Do you create that?
It definitely happens. I mean, I definitely have a hand in it, but I think as a director, what you do is try to create the situation on set where the actors have the time to explore that. And many times with films, sort of the machinery and just the act of trying to make a film sort of overruns that. And what I try to do as a director is protect that and let people have the time to live in that scene and have the time to nail those scenes where they have to find romantic chemistry.
Some of the actors were talking about that you gave them space to do improv. Yeah. How much of it was improv?
Well, with this film, I mean, I've done films that are completely improvised, half and half. With this one, Elan had done such a great job with the script that it was a new challenge, because many times the script couldn't be topped, which is a compliment to him. And you don't want to do stuff that's not as good as a script. You don't want to make it worse. But we tried to find those moments where it would work and where we could pinpoint things in, and that's what we did. So.
Do you find that from the page, from the script, it often ends up being a very different product in the end once you get all the very done?
No, I think if anything, it just becomes better. You know, we make it funnier or find sort of the dramatic tension in the script. But no, it's the script is like the starting point and a great place to start out with. Yeah.
What is it about romantic situations that people can relate to?
Pardon me?
What is it about the comedy and romantic situations that people can relate to the most?
The comedy and romantic situations. Well, I think everybody sort of flirts, and that's based on comedy, you know. And I think that's how most people try to get in each other's pants is try to make them laugh. And what I liked about this film is that they actually use the romance to fuel the comedy.
We wanted to make a movie about these sort of eternal themes, essentially, which is like, what is the thing that brings men and women together? Can you be just friends? What is attraction to somebody in a friendship way, and where does that cross over into something else? And, you know, these are eternal themes. We all struggle with this at various times in life. We've all been in the friend zone. And we love the idea of just doing a fresh contemporary take on it. It's, you know, I think it's edgy enough that people can feel like, yeah, this is set in the real world, but at the same time it's got a lot of heart and it's romantic, and I think people will hopefully feel themselves kind of swept away by it.
So the F word is
the
friend zone.
Absolutely. We say it's the dirtiest word in romance. Friends.
Okay, so how does a person get out of the friend zone?
Well, that's why I made the movie, because I was trying to figure it out. You know, I like to joke that I researched this movie very carefully from ages 15 to 25. You know, I've been in almost every version of this situation, and I think it comes down to being honest with yourself. You know, I mean, it's normal in complicated human relationships that there's denial, and there's how you wish you felt, and how the person you wish you were versus like who you are inside, and the complicated feelings that get messy. And we really embrace that idea that love is a messy thing, and there isn't necessarily an easy answer. It's not black and white, it's gray. And we said we wanted to make an ethical romantic comedy. You know, you see this genre, and people do the craziest things in romantic comedies. Basically, people in romantic comedies act like sociopaths. They lie and they manipulate each other, and they have all these crazy secrets and elaborate schemes. We wanted to make a movie where everybody was trying to do the right thing, because in the real world, you can be trying to do the right thing, and you can still make a massive mess of your love life. You know, you can completely screw up your relationship, other people's relationships, by just trying to do the right thing. And we felt like there was more than enough relatable humor in two people who are trying to do the right thing and still manage to mess everything up. Well, you know, Daniel's name came up as somebody that was interested in the movie, and of course, we were like, well, is he funny? And then we met him, and we were like, oh my God, he's like incredibly funny. Like, no, people don't actually realize how funny he is. And we just realized if we could just kind of capture what he's like when you hang out with him, how sort of dry and self-effacing, grounded he actually is as a person, like shockingly so considering how famous he is. But like, if we can capture this and show people, his fans, and even people who maybe don't think that they're fans of his yet, what he's like, we had something really special. And then when we found Zoe and put the two of them together and the chemistry between them, we were like over the moon. Because to me, the movie lives and dies over their chemistry, as friends and as something more.
What do you hope people take away from the film?
I hope that if you're watching the movie and you find yourself in this kind of situation, that the movie is going to be some sort of like a clarion cry to just say how you feel and damn the consequences. At the same time, timing is everything, I think, in love. It can be the right people in the wrong time, and if you don't have the right timing, then everything can kind of fall apart. So it's sort of like, it's a twin cry for being honest about how you really feel, but at the same time, being patient.
I am Meghan Heffernan, and I'm in the F Word.
Thank you very much. And can you tell me a little bit about what you think is the most important ingredient in comedy?
Oh, wit. Definitely. Timing.
Tell me about comic timing.
It's really difficult. It's really hard. But when you have it, you have it. And that's all. It's really difficult. It takes a lot of practice.
And Michael Dowse is, of course, a Canadian gem. We love him because we love everyone who's Canadian. Can you tell us a little bit about working with Michael Dowse?
It was fabulous. He's hilarious. He brought out so many great qualities, so many things that I've never seen in myself that were funny. I mean, who knew I could be funny? I don't know. And we got to improv a lot, which is always really great.
I'm pumped. This is so great. I get to put on some heels and carry a sequins clutch.
Can I get you to tell the audience your name and which film you're in?
Yeah, hi. I'm Tommie-Amber Pirie, and I am in the F Word.
You're in the F Word, and you're also in Out.
Out as well. Thank you for knowing that. Thank you.
So tell me about comic timing.
Comedic timing. I think comedic timing occurs when you're not trying to be funny. And comedic timing happens, I don't think it's not a timing issue, it's just a truth issue. Yeah, you know, and it's just like, I think when people, don't you find that the funniest moments in life are the most serious? The most awkward, the most honest, humble moments. So that's when comedy happens, because the comedy actually derives from people understanding that it's human, you know, and we all have that human understanding. So yeah, that's comedic timing, when you don't try to be funny.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened?
Oh wow, that is a big question. Well, the funniest thing currently is that I'm at TIFF. That's the funniest thing right now. I mean, come on, this is amazing.